Hi, and welcome to the video on alternate and co-interior angles. By the end of this video, you should be able to identify what alternate and co-interior angles are and what they mean. So let's take a look at alternate angles. We begin by creating two parallel lines AB and CD. We know they're parallel lines because they have the little arrows on the end of them. We draw a transversal PQ, which will cut our parallel lines, creating 8 angles, just like we saw in the previous video. Now, we're going to look at the 3, 4, 5, and 6 angles, the angles that are inside the parallel lines. More specifically, we're going to have a look at the angles that are on alternate sides of the transversal. These are alternate angles. They make a letter of the alphabet just like the corresponding angles do. They make a letter Z. Now the thing about these alternate angles, they're equal to each other. This means that 3 and 6 are equal to each other and 4 and 5 are equal to each other. Summarize what I've just said and what's written up on the screen so that you can remember that for a later time. Okay, co-interior angles. Co-interior angles, we're going to look at this inside angles again in between the parallel lines, but this time we're going to look at the same side, the angles that are on the same side of the transversal. That means 3 and 5 and 4 and 6. When you draw lines around these angles, they also make a letter of our alphabet. They make the letter C, and the C stands for co-interior angles. Co-interior angles, they add up to 180 degrees. In other words, they are supplementary. This means 3 and 5 add up to 180 and 4 and 6 add up to 180. Summarize what's on the screen and what I've said so we can look at an example. Okay, here's our example. I have two parallel lines, MN and PQ, and I've drawn a transversal through them, JK, creating the same 8 angles just in a different view. What I want you to do is to name some angles. I want to name the angle that is corresponding to NXY, alternate to NXY, co-interior to NXY, and vertically opposite to NXY. I think you should pause the video, start by identifying on your screen where angle NXY is, and then start going through the list for corresponding alternate, co-interior, and vertically opposite. Alright, here we go. The angle that is corresponding to angle NXY. Well, here is angle NXY, which means that when I draw in my letter F, I can see where the corresponding angle is, and that corresponding angle is angle QYK. Now I want to know the angle that is alternate to that angle. So I look at my Z, and I notice that the Z is going to give me this angle in here, which is angle XYP. I now want the angle that is co-interior to angle NXY, which means that this other angle that we're about to find is going to add up to 180 degrees with this angle that I'm showing on my screen. I create the letter C. It's inside the parallel lines, which means that this is going to be my angle. I've got to move my letter Y out of the way so I can show you that. That angle there is angle XYQ. Finally, the angle that is vertically opposite to it. Remember, vertically opposite angles occur when two lines cross, and the angle that is across from it is that angle there, which is angle JXM. Summarize this example, get the questions and the answers written down, try to do them yourself. And those are alternate and co-interior angles. I hope you know what they mean and how to identify them, and you can get some valuable practice from your textbook. Good luck.